hair okay?
Yeah.
Your hair's almost as good as mine, Tommy.
Well, actually, you know what? Am I the only one with hair here tonight?
Yeah.
The baldest.
Holy shit! I just realized that. I picked you three,
When
and
are you
I
going to join
didn't
us,
realize. Just to make me feel better, I guess. You know, I got the little.
For a little while, anyway, Tim.
I got the
Jesus.
Adolf going. Hold on. Yeah.
Maybe another couple of years, Tim.
So anyway, we're live. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and thank you all again for helping us get to 1,000 subscribers. It's a milestone for us, and we managed to pull it off in less than a year. I'm really proud of that, and everyone who was involved with us to make that happen. And we're going to be doing a giveaway, like I told you we would once we hit 1,000. Go back to the post on social media, most likely Facebook or Twitter. Forget Instagram. And share on Facebook that post or retweet it on Twitter, and you'll get entered to win the t-shirt of your choice in our shop. So you win, you tell us what you want, what size, what color, and we'll ship it to you. And then we'll do something even more special deadline day, because that is our year anniversary. So look forward to that as well. So if you haven't already, like the video, please subscribe to our channel. And because we got a whole bunch of new stuff coming up. We also have a bunch of interviews on the way. Make sure to check out ahtv.threadless.com so you can look at the designs that you might win, or just buy it yourself. You know, that'd be cool. Helps out the channel, helps pay the bills. Thank you, Charlie, for popping in here, buddy. As a matter of fact, man, if you're not doing anything, man, you can pop in. Just let me know and I'll send you the link. That'd be crazy.
Shut off, Charlie.
Actually, he cut off his hair, so he wouldn't really. He'd fit right in, actually. Yeah. So what else is there? We got tonight. We have Irish Tommy below me. We got Ray next to me.
Hey.
Wow, I did complete opposite directions. And then Wayne
That
down.
sounded like an order, Tim, when you said you got Irish Tommy blow me.
Below me. Listen now.
That's an order, Tommy.
Fuck this. He is literally close enough,
back.
right? Yes, thanks, Wayne. I appreciate it. I missed you so much. You know. All right. Well, I will link you up, brother. Give me 1 second. We'll bring Charlie into this. Might as well.
Yeah, the more the merrier.
Yeah, why not?
He has to shave his head first, though.
Once we hit 6, it gets a little wonky, but we can handle 5 in the room.
I'm the same with women.
The hell? I don't know where the hell he went. All right, never mind. I'll send that in there. But anyway, as we're talking, Ray, why don't you hit us off with your thoughts on the Gillingham match, my man?
Well, you know, it was a tough start for the first half hour, wasn't it? We struggled. We put out a decent team, though. I was very excited to see the lineup from when we discussed it earlier that day. So it did put out a strong team, and it did seem like was a bit nervous or a bit hungover from the Oxford game. So, you know, I think the guys were a bit.
I sent him the wrong link.
What have you done?
Thanks, Ray. I sent him the wrong link. All right.
Oh, dear.
I just sent him the link to the show.
But, you know, it's them kind of games that you can play really badly but come through with a win. And that's the main thing that happens. And who would have known that Zabaleta would have scored?
Oh, my God. It was a highlight of the season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, when Fredericks went down and he put Zabra on, I just went like this. I went, oh, bloody hell, it's gone from bad to worse.
Did you notice for the first goal?
I was so excited.
I thought Lanzini was more open than Anderson, but Hilaire looked like he was passing to Anderson instead of slotting Lanzini in. So I don't know if there's any back of house issues there.
I was disappointed in Lanzini.
Yeah.
He just doesn't seem like he's putting in a full effort to me. It doesn't feel right.
He did better in the Gillingham match than he did the previous match he was. I really thought that he did okay. I don't expect anything from him anymore, though. That's the point.
Yeah.
The way he's been playing in the league matches, he hasn't been playing well at all. Tommy, what were your first initial thoughts? Like, going into the match, were you optimistic that we'd crush Gillingham or beat Gillingham, or it would be a tough match, or what were we thinking?
I actually, for once, I was optimistic because of what was coming out of. Hey, Charlie. How you doing,
Hello.
man?
You got the right link, I see.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, go ahead, Tommy. What were you saying?
Carry on. I apologize for interrupting like this.
No, but thanks for popping in, Chill. I appreciate it.
No worries, Charlie. No, I was actually optimistic for once because, in the days before, David Moyes had basically said that he was going to take the cup very seriously and it was going to put out a strong team. And I took him at his word. I figured he couldn't say that and then put a second string team out, So, and I saw the lineup. I was very happy.
Yeah.
It was a very strong side. It was clear we were taking it seriously. We wanted to progress. So I was actually quite confident that we'd get through the tie. Now, normally, these kind of ties makes a West Ham fan very nervous, given our last couple of experiences with Oxford and Wimbledon. But no, on this occasion, I was confident that we'd actually win the game and go through. I think clearly somebody's had a little word in David Moyes' ear. He was aware that as fans, we weren't exactly thrilled that he'd come back in again as manager. And clearly somebody has said to him, look, if you really want to get these fans on side, you've got to take the cup seriously. And if you can go on a run, you'll really go a long way to getting them on board again.
And I was worried about that. But it does seem like he's in touch with somebody, like you said, is telling him how we feel. Someone like Pellegrini, I mean, I don't think he cared, let alone, I don't think anyone would be right next to him watching, keeping tabs on social media or anything like that for him on newspapers. And I don't really think he has any interest in that. So I wouldn't think David Moyes would have interest in that unless, like you said, someone was telling him. But Charlie, going into the match, I mean, you optimistic? I mean, once you saw the lineup, what'd you think?
I was optimistic because I felt that David Moyes knew how big of a match it was for both him and for the club. I think it could have been very easy for him to have put out a team that didn't really go for the cup, and then him to lose all momentum that he has tried to build, and him to lose the support of the fans, which was sort of starting to come on side. The lineup, I was happy with the people, if not the formation. I get why he wants. I get the positives of three at the back, but I do think that it's a bit too negative, especially against a team in a low division. But I mean, it worked out, so I can't really complain too much about it, despite how boring that first half was.
Yeah, no, I agree. Wayne, what did you think about the formation?
As Charlie said, I could see why he did it. Against the lower league teams, I like to keep a stronger back line, to be honest, because they've got nothing to lose. They're going to throw everything at you that they possibly can.
Yeah.
And they're thumpers. Let's be honest here.
Clearly.
I think that's why we've always had really bad luck against those lower league teams. Plus, the pitch wasn't fantastic, but I mean, overall, I mean, you couldn't complain. I mean, you could say, yeah, like you said, the game was boring in the first half. There was really, I mean, it looked to me that Gillingham had our number.
Yeah.
For that first half, I was like, cool, blimey. I mean, for a start, I mean, I was incredibly relieved that Fabianski was between the sticks. I mean, that was my big thing. As soon as I saw that, I was like, you know what? I could even put up with Sanchez being out there. I really could. But, thank God he wasn't anywhere near it either. But no, I really enjoyed the match. I was shocked to death at Zabaleta scoring that.
I've never been so happy in my life.
Oh my gosh, unbelievable, unbelievable! And I tell you what, I'm becoming a strong and fast fan of Fornals. I really am. I think that the kid's really coming on.
Yep.
Guns are blaring, and I think he's solidifying his place in that squad. Even if it's him coming in off the bench and the 70th minute, he just adds something to the team, and I think we're starting to see a little bit of that magic now.
Yep.
So it was wonderful.
Great.
Moyes in.
I know. Yeah.
Just bring Hugel back, right, Charlie?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Green Road. Come on, let's go. Come on, Tim. It's true. Bring him.
No,
back.
yeah. Well, I was in the Discord during the match, just going like crazy, bitching about Fredericks. I was like, oh, another one. Oh, here he goes again. Oh, he's giving the ball away again. gave the ball away like 6 times before he got hurt, and then Zabaleta came in. And I'm like, I mean, yes. I'm like, I didn't want necessarily Fredericks to get hurt, but I was glad Zabaleta came in, and then Zabaleta's first 3 passes were beautiful, and they were right to the right opponent, and then he started to look like Fredericks. So I'm like, oh shit. But then he scored that goal, and I'm like, oh, we don't need a replacement for Fredericks. We got one. And then I came back down to reality. But, one can dream, right? But no, what was I going to say? All right, so Ray, for the first half looked really, 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 really physical. And, actually the whole match, it looked like they were, bruising us. And it looked like they were, really hurting us. And the referee, guys, and we can go around about that. The referee, we'll start with Ray, though. But the referee, man, what were your thoughts on him, man?
Yeah, it weren't the best game that he's ever had.
No.
Not at all. But for the first half, yeah, it was shocking. But then,
let a lot go. Let a lot go.
Yeah. And I did think that Zabaleta got brought down in the box for a penalty, to be fair. I thought that was a penalty.
Declan was ripped. I mean, a whole bunch of them had their jerseys yanked, visibly, not just sneakily, and I thought that was unimpressive. So, Wayne, what were your thoughts on the ref? What'd you think? Did it really matter?
I think he was a little bit biased, to be quite frank. I think he wanted to give the underdogs the benefit of the doubt for a lot of the time, and I think that happens sometimes when you get a big club that's playing a little minnow, so to speak.
It frustrated us. It did frustrate the players.
It was very annoying. I mean, the Declan Rice thing, it's hilarious. I mean, I think if it had been Michael Antoni out there, he would have got in the ref's face and screamed a bit more. I'm surprised that Declan didn't object more to it, because it was obvious that he was tugged there. But the defender let go just at the right time, just as the ref was turning to him. That's when he let go. So it's luck of the draw in it. It really is luck of the draw.
Tommy, what did you think of the refs?
Yeah, he had a poor game, and I agree with Wayne there. I think there was a little thing in his head there where Gillingham were the plucky little League One team, and maybe he was subconsciously inclined to go a little easy on them, let them get away with a few things, which could have cost us. And then it really would have pissed us all off, because I mean, like you say, the pull on Declan's shirt was just absolutely blatant. So, I'm a proponent now, frankly, because these referees, you've got to make them give you decisions now if you want to get anything. So, frankly, I think Declan, as soon as he felt that tug, should have just fucking dropped.
Yeah,
should have gone to ground and made the referee make a decision, because it seems to me like if you're honest, if you're too honest and you get a contact where you're fouled and you try to continue on, ref won't give it to you, even though you've clearly been fouled. You see it time and time again. So I can understand why. I can understand why players, when they feel like they've been fouled, they just drop to the ground, because if you try to be honest, you'll get nothing from the ref for it.
Correct. Charlie, what did you think was your evaluation of the ref?
I think there was possibly a time with Haller in that match where he did stay up but got a foul, but it was so it was so sort of abundantly obvious that even anyone could miss it. I don't know. The Rice thing is obvious, but I think, as far as I remember, the ref was on the wrong side, but it is what it is. I tend not to think too much about referees, because I just think, especially in cup situations where there's so many games happening at once, someone has to get the bad referees, sort of thing. Or not the bad ones, the lesser ones.
No, they're the bad ones.
No, you can feel free to say bad. Yeah,
this is America. They aren't watching us.
Listen, and also, Charlie, I need something to bitch about. Right? We won. What else are we gonna bitch about, really? I know you guys will be upset.
We could bitch about how our best strikers outscoring goals for QPR instead of for West Ham.
We could. I was trying to avoid that, though, because it seems to be going heavy in the chat room, so I don't really need to bring it up.
I mean, I may still be in the chat room spamming it. I don't know. We can only assume that's what I'm looking down at right now.
Maybe.
I don't know. We could talk about whatever. It's really up to you. Hang on, give me a minute.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Let's talk about this.
I don't know, this Hugo thing. I don't know. There's a little bit of the old West Ham romanticism about it. He's a kind of an anti-hero, isn't he? Now he's kind of, people are just kind of rooting for the guy, And
he just wants to go out and see all the bubbles.
Yeah.
We needed the home tie purely for it. Imagine the scenes when he got to walk out with him. It would have been a beautiful sight. Tears in all of our eyes. It would have been.
We could always talk about
Oh my
Lesnar
God.
entering number 1 in the Rumble.
Yeah, I've just looked on Twitter as well. It is actually true. I thought he was lying.
Real quick, this is one from the chat room too. He said that they were at the match yesterday, and Alaire should have scored a hat trick. What are you guys' thoughts on that one? I mean, do you think we missed a few chances, a lot of chances? I mean, what do you think? Because basically, Gillingham isn't the best team, obviously. I mean, we've played better, we played worse, and it looks like we're starting to play better, together as a team. Looks like we're pressing more. Looks like we're starting to see more cohesion, which is nice. But against the League One side, I mean, you think we should have maybe put up a few more goals? Not just Alaire, but some of the other lads. Do you think we should have scored more? Start with Charlie and go backwards.
I think so. The big chance is obviously the 1v1 where the ball bobbles up and then he absolutely skied it.
Yeah.
In what can only be described as a Mick out Antonio-esque fashion. Yeah, it's unfortunate. If that first half goes our way, then we probably do. I think as tough as that game was, but the fact it was 2-0 shows that if we had turned up correctly in that first half and it went a bit more our way, then we probably would have come away with a lot more than we actually did, which is a shame. But at the same time, it's in a cup situation. I don't really care. Like in the same way that when we were talking, or when the others yesterday and that were talking about, oh, who should they draw? Who do you want to draw in the FA Cup? I was like, League Two, all the way. Let's get easiest run to the final.
Northampton, I said Northampton or Oxford. I would love a rematch against them.
Yeah, I'm happy. It's get to the final. I don't really care how we do it. League's a bit different, but in this situation, yeah.
Tommy.
We did spurn a few opportunities.
Anything stand out in particular besides?
The Haller one was kind of a bit. Yeah, it wasn't a good look, was it? Really, that one. Little embarrassing for him, but to be honest,
we give Gillingham credit then. I mean, is that what was going down? Are we giving them any credit?
Yeah, look, they defended manfully and they worked very hard and they tried to make it as difficult as possible for us. And in the first half, they did that. We struggled in that first half. So, second half, obviously, we were a lot better. And we did spurn some chances, but to be fair, the pitch didn't help anybody's cause. So I'll probably give them a little bit of latitude on the wasted opportunities because the pitch was quite poor. And as Charlie said, for Haller, it did bobble on him a bit. And, that can make you... It happened to me once in the game. Went to smash a ball. It jumped right up as I went to hit it. I hit it with my shin. Just went up into the clouds, and it looked very bad for me. And nobody wanted to hear me bitching about the pitch. Look, like I say, these cup games are all about winning, and that's it. Just get through them by hook or by crook. Yeah. If it's not pretty, fine. Look, we'd all love to play beautiful, pretty football, put them to the sword, score 5 or 6, and go home in an ideal world. And
usually it doesn't happen. I mean, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen early, right? I mean, we're gonna just get off early and then just continue and maybe score another couple of goals. But it didn't. So once the Zabaleta goal finally went in, I mean, I was like, okay, let's just wrap it up. Seriously, let's just wrap it up. I didn't even expect Fornals to score one late. Wayne, you think Gillingham put up a good fight?
I think they put up a great fight. I really do. I think they went out there, like I said, they had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Nothing to lose at all, and they had everything to win. They would have, said, we've smashed one of the most expensive squads that's been bought in the last couple of years. And they were all going for it. And I think there was a little bit of a personal rivalry between Moyes and Gillingham's. What's the guy's name? Is it Clive? I can't think of his bloody name. Steve.
Steve Evans.
Yeah, between him because they were brought up together, so to speak, in football. But I've got a theory about Alaire because I thought he was jogging a little bit lackadaisical at the beginning of the match, the first half, and I think maybe he was a little bit afraid that he might have pulled a muscle or something with the dodginess of the pitch, and I gave him the benefit of the doubt with that. Until, of course, he saw the old 60-year-old bald-headed fart score a goal, and then I think he realised, oh shit, I better get some going here. That's what I think. I don't think he was looking to give it some. I don't think he's convinced about Moyes yet. I don't think he is yet.
Yeah.
So But then again, he goes and throws his body all over the place to try and get the ball somewhere. So, I'm not going to slack the guy off. When he decides to give the effort, his effort's incredible.
Yeah.
The thing with regards to Haller is that he has got to learn how to pass.
Yeah.
His passing is really, really bad. I noticed really particularly in the Bournemouth game, there were some easy passes where he could play a teammate in. One simple square ball to Anderson, I remember, and he just made a mess of them all, and they were simple passes, and there was a little bit of that going on against Gillingham as well. I don't know what that's about, but even basic passes, he seems to just get them wrong, and I don't know why.
Didn't he pass to Fornals though instead of Lanzini, and of course we end up scoring on that, wasn't it? Haller that passed
to Anderson, who then passed it.
Anderson who passed it, yeah. So I mean that to me was a bit of a shocker that he had Lanzini that was wide open there.
It's weird. Not to interrupt you because I know Tim wants to say something as well, but yeah. I know when I watched him a lot last year, and he had a team around him that he was obviously 100% confident with, both in terms of he knew what they were he knew their quality, he knew everything about them, the way they played, but also where the exact movements are going to be, because there is a little bit of that in football. You have to know where your teammate's going to be before they even are there to get the ball in the most quick way fashionable. He was a very good passer. He was really super adept at that. And there might be a case of saying he needs to have a solid run of games now in a system that Moyes wants to go with for a long time, with people around him who Moyes think are going to go forward, for him to create that sort of bonds and chemistry with everyone, because that was the joy of watching him and Jovic up front together, was that chemistry. But I agree, it reminds me a bit of when Alex Song came back from injury once with us, and he looked like he was constantly trying to overplay it. Because he felt like, or at least to me, it came across as if he felt like he needed to prove his place. Like he was like, I'm going to watch me do this ball now. Watch me show everyone who I am. Yeah. And then you're just like, bro, just stop doing that. It's Stuart Downing. Please stop trying to do that to Stuart Downing. Like, do it. Just be simple about it a little bit. And there's a little bit of that about him. So I think it's a long-term thing we have to invest in rather than short-term.
We got a nice little North London bruv in there. That was cute. I like that.
So I apologise. It comes out it's the passion of Alex Song came from like the Arsenal North London. It came out. I apologise.
Yes, ma'am.
You go ahead and express yourself, blood.
Blood, yeah, blood, fam, yeah. And Ray, remember the question?
Yeah.
You do remember the question? I'm shocked because Baz won't stop. He won't shut up.
I know, he's
distracting you and Charlie in that.
Oh yeah, Ray's here. Oh, hey Ray.
Well, I actually put I last time when we played what's it called? I said they're going to win 4-0. I was about to put a bet on, and I was like, nah, chickened out at the last minute. So against Gillingham, I put a 4-0 bet on. I thought, come on, we're going to score. And then as it got longer out, my power just went down and down and down, and then we're out winning 2-0. Do we think it should have scored more goals? Yes. Is it going to be easy playing on a rubbish pitch like the pitch it was against a team that, it's going to be well drilled, hard to play against? It's going to be really up for it because they're on TV. They've got nothing to lose.
I know. It's so weird, though. The League One, you think League One would be a little bit better than that, though. I mean, you wouldn't expect that from, I don't know, even Championship. I mean, I don't know. Gillingham,
now, you wouldn't expect it. I've been to enough grounds to know that they're shit.
Yeah.
Right. And there's
a League Two side, I could see that, or National League.
Even League One.
I have a friend who's Gillingham. I was talking to him this morning, and he was saying he was actually surprised how they approached the game. He said normally they're a team that like to get the ball down, play it about, some nice football. He enjoys watching them, but he said for some reason against us, they just decided to go more direct. He said they don't normally play that way, so he's not sure why they did that against us.
That might have been part of the reason why we had some troubles against them in the first half. Maybe Moyes was expecting that.
Maybe it was one of their tactics, is to rough up the pitch a little bit so we couldn't play football.
Yeah, they have a scrum before the match. Yeah.
And perhaps they just looked at how we pressed against Bournemouth and went, what's the easiest way to get around that? Just boot it over the top of the press. It's simple as that.
Yeah. Well, we picked up West Brom at home.
I bet you're hyped.
Let's discuss that a bit. Yes, well, for many different reasons. I love Julian Dix. I got to get that out. I mean, I really want him to do well. I really do. so that maybe he can get into management. That's not Haybridge Swifts. You know what I mean? At some point, you know, I really wish him all the best. On the other hand, I think Slav's overachieving, and I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. You can say what you want about it, whatever. But anyway, I love these type of scenarios, though. I love the scenarios of you got Slav, and then you got the guy that replaced him, who's back at the club that he's replacing someone who replaced him, and there's also this. He's trying to prove a point. That you know, I just love that scenario, and I'm really looking forward to Bilic playing people out of position and us taking advantage and winning. You know, but what are you guys' thoughts on the draw? I mean, were you hoping for somebody else? Were you wishing for somebody else? Did you expect somebody else? Were you shocked?
I thought it was rigged. I was like, how the hell did we get this?
Well, it can't be Millwall, right? I mean, that's where they rig it. We're not allowed, for whatever reason, to draw them.
No.
So, are they even still in it?
Yeah.
Oh, they are.
They're in it, yeah.
Who'd they beat? Anybody? Nobody?
Can't remember.
Somebody shit.
Somebody shit. Yeah.
No,
Probably AFC filed or whatever.
No, I think, to be honest, I just wanted a draw that was very winnable.
Yeah.
And hopefully, you know, at home. So when we were drawn out first at home, my fist was in the air like, yes, okay, that's part one. We're at home. Now give us a nice, handy game. And West Brom came out, and obviously your immediate thoughts are, oh, Jesus, you know, Bilic and Dick's coming back. You know, this is going to be, you know, really great atmosphere there. But when I thought about it for a little while, I actually thought this is actually a very good draw for us. Their priority is promotion, nothing else. I don't even think they'll play their strongest team against us.
Slav's gonna want to do something.
Yeah, of course, look, he'd love to go there and win, but I think
over the guy that replaced him.
Yeah, I get all that, but look, his priority is, like, they lost at home the other day. Like, his priority is going to be to stay on track in the league. I think the FA Cup is a distant second priority for them. It's all about getting promoted, getting up to the Premier League. So I suspect we may not even see West Brom's best team out.
On the other hand, like, Slav always took the cup very seriously with us. He was only ever knocked out by Premier League sides, I think, and even then, I think it was top sides, apart from one, I think. And then the other thing is, they are flying in form. I mean, they really are. Whether it's lucky, Tim, or not, like, they are just hugely in form, and they will come into it with all of the confidence in the entire world.
So you guys want the typical Tim prediction?
Listen, I'm
I'll give you one. I haven't given it yet. I'm going to give you guys the typical Tim.
Tim, lay it down.
Here it goes. Here's what I predict. I predict that we go out there, we beat them 4-0, and then that upsets them so much that it derails their season, and they do not even get promoted. They don't even make the playoffs. Ooh. Their second half.
I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that. I hope it bloody well happens.
Well, at least you're with me. Cheers.
Savage.
I hope it happens. I've got no clue what's going to happen
Tim,
in that match.
Yes.
Tim, question, and hand on heart, right? You're the West Brom manager. You're trying to get promoted to Premier League. You're in a dogfight now to try and make sure that you go up automatically, because the playoffs are a minefield.
Yeah.
Do you go to West Ham and put your best team out on the pitch?
Okay, so hold on. All right, if I was him, I would absolutely.
No, you.
Well, me personally, I wasn't. I didn't get. Replaced by David Moyes. Now, if I got replaced by David Moyes, if I was in the same scenario as him, as Slav or something like that, I would absolutely say, me personally, my person as Slav would say, I'm going to get this mother. I'm going to get him, and I'm going to beat him, and I'm going to show all the West Ham people and so on, like Tim, that thought I was shit and want to get rid of me. I'm going to stick two up for him, whatever. Absolutely, I would, if I was him. Me personally, the smart in me would say no. I'd play some youth in there,
I wonder what the owners of West Brom have said to him, because they've had.
That's another thing. Who are they? And you don't really hear much about them. Well, I know. I was saying is like, how can you predict what the hell they would say?
You can't, but I mean, do they turn around? Because they're the ones that stand to lose a lot of money if they lose their momentum, and if they end up with the end of that match with a couple of players injured and just looking like crap and going downhill. They're the ones that lose a lot of money. Do they turn around? I mean, maybe I'm a little bit tainted by having the owners of West Ham that we have, so I'm a little bit suspicious of owners in general. Maybe that's a possibility.
Yeah.
But if I was the owner of West Brom, I'd be like, you know what? Put out a good youthful side out there. Try to win it with them. But I don't want to risk the people that we've got that we need to depend on to get us promoted.
Yeah,
that's what I would say if I was an owner of West Brom.
Right.
If I was West Brom, if I was Slav, I'd be turning around and saying to my players, right, this is your marker to prove to me that you're ready to go into that Premiership next season, and I don't need to look for replacements in the transfer window.
Good point.
Interesting.
I'll be turning around and saying, this is where you are. Right. If you can play against the Premiership mid-team tier, then we know we're going to go into next season with good players, and we need to add to the team and not replace anyone. So that's what I feel like. That's what I would.
There's also January right there, and Slav has already said in the media that they are interested in strengthening the squad if they can. And so let's say they do rotate. That's the chance for those people to say, actually, don't get a replacement in my position. Not only can I play for you right now, but I can play for you in the Premier League. And that's just for January, let alone the summer past that and all that sort of stuff. So,
yeah.
So is he intelligent? Is he intelligent?
Does he have anything up here? Is there anything?
Well, my whole point is like because when he was with us, it was all passion.
Has he headed too many balls? Has he headed too many balls? And did they have bricks inside him?
I think he is. I think.
You think he's thinking that far?
I mean, let me put it this way. As a guy who
if he ever met me, God, he in so much trouble.
He'll kill you, Tim.
Tim, I'll be real with you. He's a very nice man. I suspect even if he had seen your, let's call it kindly, pure hatred towards him, then he'd probably shake your hand. He'd wish you on your way, your merry way and stuff. He's also very tall, intimidating man. Anyway, I think he does think ahead. If he drops out of the Premier League, he's very painfully aware that this is like, if it goes wrong for him at West Brom, what's the next level of job down he can get? Do you know what I mean? He's not going to jump back up into the Premier League anytime soon. So he's painfully aware that this is his opportunity to maintain a sort of upper echelon status in management. And by upper echelon, I mean like a top division style manager.
Yeah, if he gets them promoted into the Premier League, his stock will be high.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
So he's going to be thinking ahead. He has to. He has no other choice. If he's sat there thinking one game ahead at a time, then he risks fluffing that one game, losing everything, and then all of a sudden he's managing, I don't know, Luton, like Paolo Di Canio. Like that's just the case of the matter. So
he does have a decision to make. Yeah.
I think he has to think that.
Is this about me? You bastard. Oh, I love you, but oh man, everybody gives me shit. All right. Yeah. So what are we talking about? West Brom. Okay, great. Now, geez, do you think we got a chance? Let's go around the room.
Yeah.
We're going to beat them. We're at home, as well as they're playing. We got better players. We're a better team. Moyes is taking it seriously. He'll put out our first team, and I think we will beat them. Yeah.
We also have the blueprint, right? Like they're not super dissimilar to Bournemouth and the way Bournemouth play. So he has a blueprint of how to do it. They're going to be a championship quality team because that team is just a championship team. And if we disrupt their play early with high pressing like we did against Bournemouth, I don't see a reason why we can't get early goals. And really, if we go ahead, I can't see them really doing much damage to us.
I think what really helps there, Charlie, is the fact that it is at home and that we did win our first round. of the cup already. So we got that, and now the fans actually, the supporters that will be there in attendance, actually have that feeling that yes, no, we can make this run. This is really, it's going to be electric. I have a feeling that it's going to be really electric, man.
Yeah, I mean, if this game was at the Hawthorns, we'd be a lot more worried.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, shit. Yeah, even though our home form under Pellegrini wasn't so hot, doesn't matter. He's gone. So,
yeah. I was going to say, like, the atmosphere of the ground that day is going to be amazing. The FA Cup, Superstars back.
Yeah.
You know, and the only thing I worry about is if Moyes don't pay them the respect and does put out a weak team, then we could be in big trouble. And they could be
I don't see
I don't see that happening, though.
I
really don't. I don't think put out a weak team. If he does it, he might as well sign his death warrant if he puts out a weak team. Because if I was there and he put out a weak team, I would be fuming. I don't think he can. After what he said the other day, where he's like, I've been in the FA Cup once and I'd like to win it. I'm taking it serious. And after putting out a strong side against Gillingham, he can't put out a weaker side than what he put out against Gillingham. If he does that, then he's been got to by the Dildo brothers for some reason or not. So.
Yeah, and
it's going to be the match is 3 days before I'm going to be there. Oh, 3 days. I could have done 3 home matches in a week.
Gonna have to have another chat with your wife, Tim, I think.
Well, hold on. Are they going to postpone the Liverpool match again because of this being so close? Or will they push the? Okay, good. Better not, man. They better not shift these fucking matches. I'll kill them.
They always bloody do, mate. Be prepared.
Well, no, they already did. I mean, with the Liverpool anyway, that was a reschedule.
Who did Liverpool draw? They're going to play their freaking kids again, are they? And stay fresh for.
I mean, all I have is it doesn't say.
I think it's Tranmere. I read. I could be wrong.
Oh, it's like an or yeah. Whoever.
Yeah, it's 2 teams.
Tranmere or who? See, if Liverpool are home to a weak team, they can play their kids again and go through. They'll be fresh for their midweek game with us. Meanwhile, we've played our first team.
Watford.
That could be interesting.
I mean, given how their youngsters keep whapping people anyway, I wouldn't exactly be confident going into that game either.
Watford had a red card in that match against Tranmere.
Oh yeah, they did.
But it was a dirty tackle.
I'd be interested. What does everyone think really our chances are of pulling the cup this year? Making it through to the final, and then let's presume it's against somebody like Liverpool or Man City, whatever, and then actually pulling a big upset and winning it. Do you really think we've got a hope in hell's chance of doing that?
To the final, yeah.
I think. Quarterfinal.
Yeah.
And it all
I'd be happy with that.
I'd be happy with the final, regardless if we win. Nothing less.
Yeah, we're absolutely capable of it. It's obviously you need a little bit of luck along the way as well, but at the end of the day, we're still a Premier League team, and if our form holds, and if David Moyes does a good job, and we gain a lot of confidence and good form, we're a top 10 Premier League team in reality. So any top 10 Premier League team has a great shot at winning a cup.
Well, it's actually Bristol City or Shrewsbury.
See, I believe we can do it. I mean, I'm the oldest one here. I'm probably the only one that was at the 80 Cup final, right?
Yeah.
I
wasn't even alive, yeah.
There you go. So, yeah, you were probably a result of it, Charlie.
Unless 13 years
I remember my mates calling me up the night before saying, we've got an extra ticket. Do you fancy going? And I'm like, oh, come on. Against Arsenal, we're going to get shit on. But I went anyway, and I've never had a day like it in my whole entire life. So I believe that if the stars align, like you said, Tommy, if you get a bit of luck, and I think we're way fucking overdue for a bit of luck. Yeah. I really think we're way overdue for a bit of luck.
And listen, look, where am I?
You're there, mate. You're right there. You're right there. There you are. Look, put my head up your nose. Yeah, get your armpit. Stop sniffing my armpit, Tommy.
1980. That's why I'm wearing this for good luck. Look at it. This is our cup one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even still, when they came out with the new kits this year, the one that Ray's wearing,
1980.
I said that this is our year to win a cup for sure. I mean, Noble needs it more than anybody else.
No, I need
on,
it
on the team, on the squad. Noble needs it really bad. And
yeah, it'll be 40 years, and Noble's coming towards the end of his career. We also have our second strip this year. Remember, is a throwback to the 1980 kind of away kit. So the stars are all getting up in line.
Yeah,
maybe
that's what we need to have happen.
I'll book a work that week.
Who said we had a shit marketing department?
Yeah. No, that's all they know is marketing. That's it. They don't know anything else really. Who did Millwall get? Oh, Millwall got Sheffield United.
that could get tasty.
That could, yeah. And either way, that would be nice to draw either of them in the next round. Because there's really nobody left of all the league chooses. Derby and Northampton. So Northampton, the team that I really wanted to draw, we got Derby. And Wayne Rooney will probably be playing in that and score like fucking 12 goals. Against Northampton, yeah, he probably will. It's Northampton's like an MLS team. So he's used to scoring goals with that.
Gliding around the pitch with all the grace of a sumo wrestler. You got to appreciate it.
Yeah.
You got to appreciate
That's another shitty pitch, though.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll glide around and trip over and do his hairline in or something.
Again.
Hairline.
Were we allowed to talk about that on YouTube or after he had an injunction against the newspapers?
We got 15 minutes left. Let's pull up let's post my hammers polls, I guess.
While you do that, well, I'll say this: it benefits us that there are some horrendous teams in the league this year. Like I like Norwich, I like I like their manager, I like some of their players, but they're going down. And there's a couple of teams where you look at them and you go, "Oof, you are destined to go down," and that helps. If it was a situation where there was like 5 or 6 or 7 teams who were all sort of roughly equal, and we were part of them trying to escape relegation, then maybe it would be a situation where we have to pick at some point whether we should go for the cup or whether we should go for staying in the Premier League. But I think, hopefully.
Yeah, but exactly. Even when you look at some of the teams that normally we'll balk at drawing, if we draw Man United at home, we fancy it. We draw Tottenham at home, we'd fancy it. We draw Chelsea at home, we'd fancy it. None of these, traditionally big, strong teams that we'd normally kind of be fearful of are pulling up any trees this season, are they? So outside of maybe Liverpool and City, would you really fear anybody in the cup at home? We'd fancy we could take any of the others on our day.
Tottenham's still in it because they got to get through Middlesbrough, obviously. United has a replay against Wolves. So United could still be in it. Even Wolves could be in it. I mean, that's we could probably beat them. But at the same time, we haven't had the best luck against them. Those are just the teams that are involved in replays. But yeah, other than City, Leicester City, Man City, and
Liverpool.
Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. We could obviously beat. We've done that, huh? What?
Wolves are still in the Europe as well.
Oh, that's right, dude. Yeah.
They're still in the Europa League, so once that starts up again, I think the FA Cup will go on the back burner.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got replays, extra games. They're going to be fighting the second half of the season really tough.
What do you guys
which is only good for us if we play
about this? There's been a lot of talk recently. I mean, there's been talk since the new badge came out, but what are your thoughts on the East London on the badge instead of London? I guess the question is, would you like to see the word East added to the existing club badge? Yes or no? Let's start with Ray and go around the circle.
I'm going to be actually saying no. I from a marketing side and branding side of thing, I can understand why it just says London. And I'm happy with it just saying London. It divides the city a little bit where I think it can be classed as a whole city. Not many people will agree with that.
Wayne? I guess it's not a circle anymore. I guess we're going down. Just go down the totem pole here.
I'd agree with it, Ray. I would agree with that. I mean, for a start, I think it's, anyone that knows football knows we're East London anyway. I don't think putting it on a badge makes a blind bit of difference. At the end, I think we've changed the badge so many times over the years that the Tams are on it. I just want us to win something.
Yeah.
So big picture, don't care anymore.
Gotcha.
Just want to win.
Tommy.
Yeah, in an ideal world, there wouldn't be anything on there. It would just be West Ham United and leave it alone. I hate that fucking London thing on the bottom of the badge. I hate it. No reason for it to be there, and it shouldn't be there. So if it has to be there and it's going to be there going forward, I would definitely much prefer to have East London, which at least is something we really kind of feel,
yeah, I prefer this one
more than. Yeah, yeah, I would. If it's a case of London or East London, I want East London on there, rather than just London. But ideally, I would get rid of it completely. But for the purposes of this particular poll, I would personally absolutely vote yes.
Okay, Charlie.
Don't know. To be honest, don't know. A bit like Ray in a sense. I get why. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even from East London. I mean, I get. The thing is, I agree with Ray to an extent. Like, I understand why it's there, marketing wise. Could be worse. We could have owners who tried to call us London Tigers or whatever the whole guy did. Nah, probably. I mean, just have it there and just. Yeah, it was bad. It was real bad. Yeah, I'd probably just keep it how it is, to be honest. And just the real answer is I'd get a new badge.
Definitely. Yeah, well, I would like to see the word East, but like Tommy, I would just prefer nothing. I'd just prefer West Ham United on there and leave it alone. But I guess it's for all the nitwits out there that don't understand that West Ham is a London club. I mean, it's just a matter of, it's for all the people who don't know West Ham is from London. Okay, well, I guess that's that. That's marketing, whatever, it is what it is. So not sure about the rest of you. This is Iron Polls on Twitter. Not me saying this, but not sure about the rest of you. But I think the imminent signing of Randolph is a huge waste of £4 million. A, I wouldn't pay for that. For a 32-year-old championship keeper. B, we have a decent backup keeper in Martin, in my opinion. C, I don't think that position is a priority. Do you agree, disagree, or just don't care? Let's start with Charlie and go up. Hold on, let's start with Charlie and go up.
I enjoy C as an answer, just for the sake of it. I agree. I don't think it's necessary. I think probably the only reason I've been trying to think about this, and I guess the only reason is we want to have 3 senior goalkeepers. And if we can get another one that's British, that means we can unregister Roberto and then have another space for a non-British player, I guess, is the way we're trying to think about it. But when you've only got 25 mil to spend, I don't see the point in spending 4 million on what would only be a very mild upgrade. Although it could be a huge upgrade. I can't judge David Martin too much at this point. Yeah. But I've liked what I've seen from him enough to say, do you know what, I'm happy with you being the second choice right now. I'm not too concerned about that. I wouldn't prioritize it as a position right now. In the summer, I would certainly look at it. But in this window with only 25 to spend, 4 mil seems exorbitant. I mean, that's a fifth of the budget essentially on a position that I don't think is that important. So yeah, I agree.
But we're not going to sell any players and get any money from that. So we're only going to spend 25 million, or are you talking? Is that 25 million that they're talking about? Is that money that they feel we're probably going to get by selling players?
Well, it's 25. It's 25 plus sales, but then who's buying the players we're selling, and for how much? Realistically, like you could say Yarmolenko. Okay, who's going to buy someone that injury prone for that much money? Okay, Roberto, no one's going to.
I say that all the time, but everybody tells me that there are teams out there that do purchase. I mean, look at us. Yeah, exactly. So
we do it. We can't just sell it on someone.
I said it about who the fuck did I say about the other night? I forgot who I said it about. It wasn't Yarmolenko. It was somebody else. I kept saying all these injury-prone players like Lanzini and Antonio and all these guys that don't really play for us anymore. we should, sell them on now, and we should have sold them on last season or during the summer because, it proved again that they just kept getting injured again. So they're getting older. Let's get rid of them now and make some money on them. Along with Yarmolenko, if someone comes in with 30, 40 million for Diop, see you later, bye. And so on. I mean, there's a lot of money to be had that we could bring in some big players. Obviously not Declan. That would be the one I would say absolutely.
Anyway, I mean, we had this conversation on the show last time I was on. We had this whole thing.
Okay, so that's why it feels so familiar.
We had this whole thing. What I would say is this: I don't think any big movements, especially from our squad, are going to happen in January. I don't think anyone in their right mind would pay money for Yarmolenko at this point in time. Maybe they would in the summer, but I think he's more likely to go out on loan, if anything. If we were looking to get rid of him, which I'm not convinced we are, I think he would be more likely to go out on loan because he is just so injury prone. I don't think we're going to get that amount of money, and so you just have to look at it as we have 25 million, and now we have 21 because we've brought in a fourth senior goalkeeper.
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah, I just can't understand this signing. As Charlie said, we have a limited budget in January. David Martin already showed that he's a serviceable backup goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Anang, who's an under-23s keeper, who's highly regarded, a good keeper. Like, no one's going to tell me Anang is worse than Roberto.
Well, you should look at the under-23s versus Braintree highlights on YouTube, and you will see Roberto. You will see Roberto. I don't know how to say this. Version 2. He made some Roberto-esque passes to the wrong fucking people, and also passes straight out of bounds that was supposed to go up the field. And I just watched that video. It's hilarious. I mean, it actually really upset me because I had literally just got done saying all these nice things. I'm like, yes, Anang, let's get Anang in here. And then I go and watch these videos. I'm like, maybe I should watch videos on him. And I did. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck did I just say? Oh God. But anyway, no, that was just one match, but he's probably doing better since, and good on him. And I mean, the team is doing well. Anyway, my point is, don't forget about the people that we got to sell somebody. I mean, we're going to sell. We're not only going to have 25 million. And yes, I am not a fan of Randolph, as people must know by watching this show. If they've ever watched this show before, know that I'm not a fan of Randolph. I felt that I don't know. I've watched his Ireland international matches back when he was with the club, and I was so embarrassed for him. I was so embarrassed for him because he looked horrible. He looked like Roberto, but for Ireland in a few matches. And then, I don't know, man. I'm not a fan, but again, 4 million, it's a big waste of money, in my opinion. Big waste of money, but at the same time, it has nothing to do with, it's a big chunk out of our money to spend, because again, I feel that we're going to be selling somebody that's going to get us some bank, because there's a lot of idiots out there that are at these other clubs all over the world. I mean, somebody from Turkey or China or wherever could decide, hey, you know what, I'll take Yarmolenko, or I'll take Carlos Sanchez. Man, he looks sexy with his hair. Man, let's buy him. He'd look great in our colors. And I'm telling you, it's going to happen. We're gonna make like $8 million off of Sanchez. Just kidding. But anyway, that's my point, is that we're going to sell somebody. We're not going to just have 25 million, period. So,
but regardless of any of that, Tim, we just don't need Randolph. We just don't need him.
I know we don't need him.
David Martin showed he can be our backup.
If Martin's going to be hurt,
so here's my thing.
Yes, we do.
I'm subscribing a lot more to Tim's conspiracy theories. I hate to say.
I know you do.
and I'm wondering, why are we willing to spend 4 million on Randolph? That's my big question, is why are we willing to spend 4 million on a guy who, quite frankly, I was definitely not a fan of his when he was playing for us. I didn't. I was always like, get Adrian in goal. So it makes me wonder. For 5. Yeah, well, yeah, we sold him for 5 and buy him for 4. So this, it's a win situation in that respect. But here's the deal with it. I wonder if maybe Martin really is fragile. Maybe there's something that we don't know about, because I loved Martin when he played for us. I thought he's definitely serviceable as a backup. So why are they not looking at it that way? There has to be another reason that they're looking at, okay, we need to get Randolph in, we need to spend this, we need to get somebody in.
That was like this gentleman saying, have him as a backup instead of Roberto, so there would be no question. In case of injury, I'm assuming he's saying that because, if David Martin's going to be out for an extended period of time, then we need somebody else in there. Especially if Fabianski gets hurt again, it's not impossible. Once you get a hit, I've said it a million times, once a goalkeeper gets a hip injury, oh boy, you better,
He was jumping around all right the other night though, Timo.
That scares me though. At the same time, I mean, if I was him, I'd be fucking scared to make the moves he was making, man. Unless he wasn't hurt and he was just having a laugh, trying to renegotiate his contract or something like that. I don't know.
Well, there's got to be a nutter to be a goalie in the first place. Everyone knows that anyone that plays in goal is either 100%. Like useless at the football team level. You put the fat big geezer in the goal because he can't do fuck all else.
You're right.
Or if you play at a professional level, you're a complete lunatic. You have no problem with twiddling your thumbs for most of the game, and then all of a sudden you're on coke and you're ready to bash down the first thing that comes near you. Correct. So you're a lunatic anyway if you're a goalie.
So my conspiracy theory is all he had was a bruise, and he was just using this because he knew, because he trains with Roberto all the time. He knew how bad Roberto sucked, that they would have no choice. I mean, it's a bargaining tool for his next contract. I'm telling you. So now he can go and say, hey, Roberto, hey, you want me to get hurt again? I don't know.
You're forgetting one thing here, Tim. One teeny weeny little matter.
What?
He's Polish.
And?
Polish aren't that smart, mate.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, you never heard a Polish joke before? Okay, yeah, I think I know where you're going. All right, cool. No, you're right. All right. But no,
maybe his agent isn't Polish, so he'd be all right.
Seriously, dude, I really don't think he was that hurt. So, Charlie, you're hiding your face. Are you laughing, or are you busy doing WWE? What are we doing?
I just know a lot of Polish people who will see this and will destroy my life with it. So yeah.
You're hiding.
Now let me just say, I'm going to underline now that I said that for a low jab at humor. Okay? I know a lot of Polish people too, and I love them, and they're not dumb. Although I have met one really dumb one.
So, Ray, I think we're up to you now. Let's get this quick so we can do another one before we leave.
Yeah, just quickly. I'll just run through it quick. What might be the case, and I've only just been thinking it whilst listening to other people, is that Moyes might be turning around and saying, "Look, Roberto's being shit in training. The shots on target are too easy. The players not being tested in training." They can literally just shoot at the goal when it brings. They need someone to improve the strikers, improve the midfield with shots on targets from outside the box to make the shots a bit more harder, so they can actually place it in the corners a bit more. Matt, that's the only thing I can think of. Conspiracy thing.
I don't think Moyes is that smart.
And then because he's on so low wages, they might just be like releasing him from his contract.
Yeah,
get him off the books. So it all depends on what it is. We won't know the background. So yeah, it could be worth $4 million well spent.
So you think it's all right, worth it? I don't know. I can't say I don't care. I just say I'm indifferent only for the fact that, I mean, yeah, we definitely need somebody if Martin's going to be hurt. There was someone in the chat room just saying that he is not coming back anytime soon. Whether that's true or not, we still need somebody there. I mean, but the counterpoint is that we should just get somebody on a free who's half decent. So whatever.
There's also a certain young goalkeeper at Wimbledon who might be wondering what this means for him.
I know, but my issue with that is that he needs, like a Cullen. I mean, Cullen was in League One for I don't know how long, and now he's in Championship. He needs to get like Cullen needs Championship under his belt before he jumps up to Premier League. And I think the same for Trott. I think I would not have him. I would not trust him in there until he's faced, at least better competition. I'm not saying Premier League competition, but jumping from League One to to Premier League, man, oof, that could kill a man. And not only that, I've said this before as well. I wouldn't want Trott to just jump in straight away either. I wouldn't want us to recall him or anything like that, because if he comes in and does look like Roberto, even though he's not and he's super young, he'll get slated. The fans, not all the fans, but there'll be fans there like ripping into him, and that could just destroy his confidence, and then he'll never develop. He'll never develop the right way.
Didn't that happen with Bywater as well?
Who?
Stephen Bywater.
I have vague recollections of that. I sort of have vague recollections of him coming in and like there being this big hubbub about him not being very good, but he was like super young at the time, especially for a goalkeeper.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm less scared of chucking young players in and seeing what they're made of. That doesn't bother me. We've done it over the years with lots of players. Young players, brought them in. If they've got the juice, you'll find out, and if they've not, then you'll find that out too. And so I don't mind throwing younger players in and seeing what they're made of.
I think we also look at it and we just say the 3 goalkeepers we have, all their contracts run out, not the summer coming up, the summer after that. All 3 of them do. And so we've got 1 season in between then and now where Trott can go off and get more experience, be it League One, Championship, whatever level it is at.
Because don't get me wrong, I want him to do well, and I want him to eventually, play for us. I don't want to crush his hopes and dreams, and by bringing him in too early, kind of like I don't like when Pellegrini was bringing players back from injury too soon, and damaging their psyche because now they're worried extra about whatever ailment they had. But anyway, 55% agreed with that gentleman. I don't even remember what the question was anymore. Let's just go on to the next one. It took a little too long for that. We've already discussed that. Okay, well, I guess this is kind of funny. We discussed that too, if it's rigged or not. Well, I guess that's it. So anyway, that's a wrap with that. Hello, guys. Welcome back. Listen, I just want to thank everybody, every single one of you in the chat room tonight. It was great to see Gaz back. I love it when Gaz pops in when he has time. He knows we've been trying for months and months and months to get him back on the show, but he'll come back when he's ready. And I told him, he's more than welcome to, and we have a spot for him no matter what show it is, and whenever that is, because we missed him. And TJ, love seeing you in the TJ Cooney, love seeing you in the chat as always, and Neil and all the usuals. Gabe was in there earlier bashing me. And Baz, you drive me nuts.
He drives me nuts.
Just distracting my guys here. But no, great banter tonight. I really appreciate that. It looks like the chat room was playing for us. That's really cool. And Richard Walton, as always. And I think there was Chloe and Tom Whitaker and Liam, the American Hammers radio guy, and Ken, the infamous friend of Lee, and friend of the show. So anyway, tomorrow night,
some dodgy geezer called Charlie Walsh was in there earlier as well.
I don't know who that is, so
no, me neither.
I
not a fan.
Something about Hugel or George, Big George, or whatever we call.
Don't like him. Don't like the look of him. Get him out.
That dude actually has hair, so I don't know what.
Right.
In that picture, anyway. So anyway, tomorrow night it would usually be Claret and News. I'm not sure what's going on with that since the host is in South America for the month. So I guess someone else is going to also be taking over the fixture focuses temporarily, while Justin, our good friend, is in South America. We're going to be adding new shows. We're working on 2 brand new shows. And we're also working on bringing back interviews. So I got some interviews lined up. The next interview I definitely have lined up is Sunday. And I'm going to be interviewing a gentleman from Dublin. So that will be cool. And maybe I can bring Irish Tommy on to translate for me.
No problem. I don't speak Conor McGregor, if that's what you're expecting.
Yeah, I was hoping. And so I don't know. I'm joking. I mean, jokes aside, if Tommy, if you want to join me, you can. Friday Night Likes this week. We have Gabe from the chat room is going to be joining Friday Night Likes. That'll be awesome. We haven't had him on quite some time. That'll be cool. And we have a gentleman from Tampa Hammers, not Cam, but another gentleman that I met when I visited them, which I never spoke about, by the way. Real quickly, real briefly, if you're in the Tampa area, Tampa Bay area or Florida or even Orlando, and you want to take a couple hour drive and watch a good match with these guys, McDinton's. Yeah, McDinton's. Yeah, it is McDinton's. In Tampa, amazing place. It's got the outdoor patio is fantastic. The staff is super awesome. They even had like free buffet breakfast for us, which was really cool. And albeit there no sound because it was, other supporters groups there. There was space for everybody and there was TVs for everybody. And it was cool because Chelsea was, even though we lost, we went up 1-0 against Chelsea. No, sorry, Crystal Palace, if you guys remember that. Chelsea lost to Southampton that day, so that was fantastic. And there was so many Chelsea supporters there. So to see them in misery was just fantastic. But the Tampa Hammers, really, really nice people, awesome people. So we're going to have them on. And I forgot already who I have as the third person, but we're going to do that. And then, so everybody knows, the following Friday, we're going to have another special UK episode of Friday Night Lights. And I've already invited, who's accepted the invite, JP from JPWHUTV. And then 2 other gentlemen. I'm trying to get Liam from Fatal LG.
I'll be in the chat room for that one.
Will you?
Yeah, I will. I promise.
No, it's cool. So yeah, we're having him back, and then we're also trying to. No pressure, guys. I'm not just saying this on air so that you guys don't get pressure. But Scott Davis, Jeremiah Carson, Nick Stamper, we're trying to get them to do a show, Friday Night Lights with us at the end of the month, kind of like what Wayne did with West Ham is Why I Drink. They had their own Friday Night Lights episode. So, yeah, that'll be cool. So let's everybody go on social media and tell them that they got to do it, and let's get them on.
Hey, Tim, are you gonna host a watching show for that Friday Night Lights so we can maybe why don't I host a watching show and people can watch me watch Friday Night Lights and I can comment on it.
You're mental. I love you though. But yeah, no, it's all cool. And real quick, ahtv.threadless.com. Check out the shop. Check out our brand new website, which everyone who's within our group that does this stuff behind the scenes and everything like that is super excited. And the great job that Alex did on our new website looks really cool. So yeah, props to Alex. And then listen, Tommy, thank you so much for popping in. I hope to make this like a regular thing with you guys. Ray, you as well. Always here when I need you. And Charlie, last minute man. Always when I need you, you're always here. And Wayne, welcome back to American Hammers.
I'm back, mate.
I mean American Hammers TV.
I've never left.
Come on, you aren't.